Are you living in a mental prison? What do I mean by that? I'll explain it in this video. But before that, I have a question for you. Do you know anyone who has been falsely accused and sentenced to a long prison term? To answer it, let me share an incident with you. Two men were arrested for robbing a bank. Both were kept in separate cells for a week. It is the man who has locked himself in with thoughts like, I can't be happy without that person. Think of all the things that you say to yourself. I can't do this, or I must do that, or I should be like this. Write them down. We blame others for our problems and complain about our bad luck. But rarely do we realize that our own negative thoughts are the real cause of our problems. It's high time we stopped living in denial and took control of our minds. Until then, we will continue to suffer and remain trapped in our own mental prison. So go on, break the bars of your mental prison and live life on your own terms. Now take each statement and write down its opposite. For example, if you write, I can't do this, write its opposite, I can do this. Take these statements and read them out loud every morning and evening. This exercise will help you gradually break the bars of the mental prison and set yourself free. I must do this or that. I should not feel this way. These are the bars of the mental prison we build ourselves. We forget that it is our mind that gives meaning to everything that happens to us. The circumstances of our lives may change, but our reaction to them is in our hands. If we constantly keep telling ourselves that we are incompetent, helpless, or inadequate, we lock ourselves in a prison. No amount of success or failure depends upon whether we believe in ourselves or not. Our life experiences may be different from others, but how we respond to them determines our fate. We cannot blame external circumstances or anyone else for our problems. Rather, we must accept responsibility for our own choices. Then only can we become the architect of our future. After that, the police brought the first man to the court. He was asked why he committed the robbery. Pat came his reply, because I had to support my family. My wife was pregnant and I needed money for her and our unborn child. The judge banged his gavel and said, this is no excuse for robbery. However, since you have a good reason, I will sentence you to only 6 months in prison. The same man was taken back to the cell. The police waited outside the cell and heard him shouting inside, oh, great, only 6 more months to spend in this hellhole. I wish I had a good lawyer to fight for me and get me off this mess. The next day, the second man was brought to the court. The judge asked him the same question. Why did you rob the bank? His answer surprised everyone. I wanted to go to jail. The judge was taken aback. What? He said. You wanted to go to jail? Yes, sir, said the man. I always wanted to be famous. I thought robbery was a good way to make headlines. Now I am sure everyone will know my name. I am so happy. The judge banged his gavel and said, you are insane. I will sentence you to 10 years in prison. As soon as the judge left, the man started crying. Oh, no, 10 years, that's too much. Why didn't he give me 6 months like the other guy? I just wanted to be famous. Here's where the key to the prison lay. Did you see it? Of course, the first man was also seeking attention by claiming to have a good reason for robbery. He, too, wanted to convince others and perhaps himself that he was not a bad person, that he had no other option. On the contrary, the second man clearly said what he did because he wanted to go to jail. Yet the first man got a lighter sentence while the second one was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Why? Because the first man showed remorse and regret for his crime, while the second man showed no remorse. If you do, or even if you don't, here's something to consider. There are many such prisoners whose sentences are so unjust they serve as an example of a miscarriage of justice. We all feel angry and insulted when we hear about such people. And if we were in their place, we say we would fight tooth and nail to prove our innocence and get out of jail. But what if I were to tell you that there are some people who actually do not want to get out of jail? They are the ones who have built a prison for themselves and locked themselves in. Even the doors of their self-made prison are open, but still they choose to stay put. How is that possible? Because in their mind, they think, I can't do this, or I must do that, or I should be like this. These are the bars of their mental prison. Now the question is, are you one of them? Now ask yourself, which of the two prisoners do you think is actually in jail? Who has built a mental prison for themselves? Here's an exercise you can do to break the bars of your mental prison. We often live in a fantasy world of our own making.